Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So as I saw in the last episode, Lover event had started in Poseidon Lake, which was going to be hosted by Miss Zizi and Mr. BB. And today, we were going to meet Wutong of Yuhao. Wutong means Wang Dong. And this is where the next episode starts. So in the beginning of this episode, we are shown the scene of Poseidon Lake, where Mr. BB and Miss Zizi both announced that there are going to be 3 rounds of a Lover event, the first round of which is Love at First Sight. In this round, all the male disciples have to get rid of some kind of female disciple's hat, but you have to do all this while being a gentleman. What if your partner gets angry with you? After hearing this from Mr. BB, we see that all the male disciples were very excited for this round, but Yuhao didn't care about anyone there. He was still looking for Wang Dong. Anyway, as soon as the first round starts, a fat boy comes first, but Zhu Shengshi, by using his replacement technique, she changed her place with that fat boy, because Zheng Shi didn't want to propose Miss Jianming while he was there. And that's why we see that Zhu Shengshi came to those girls very fast, where he also threw water on those girls, because of the fast speed, because of which all the girls started saying all the bad things, but Zheng Shi didn't care about them. He was looking for Miss Jianming, but because all the girls had covered their faces with bamboo hats, that's why Zheng Shi was also having a hard time recognizing Miss Jianming. Yuhao himself says, "It is very difficult to find your partner. In this way, all the girls look the same, but despite all this, we see that Zheng Shi recognized Miss Jianming, and as soon as Zheng Shi tries to remove Miss Jianming's hat, Miss Jianming also started avoiding him. But who could compete with Zheng Shi in such actions? That's why we see that Zheng Shi very easily removed Miss Jianming's hat, where we see that in the past few years, Miss Jianming had become even more beautiful, and Zheng Shi also took advantage of this opportunity. Without taking much longer, he also proposed Miss Jianming, which he did every time. But seeing Zheng Shi proposing Miss Jianming in this way, that fat boy was very angry with Zheng Shi, because that fat boy also wanted to propose Miss Jianming. After that, a lot of disciples come forward, some of which were failing, but those who were succeeding, all of them were qualifying for the second round. After that, finally, Yuhao's turn. Listening to this, Zheng Shi started calling Yuhao, but Yuhao tells him, "I came here to find Wang Dong. Where did you get me stuck?" In which Zheng Shi tells him, "People like Wang Dong also want you to participate in this event. So if you want to upset Wang Dong, you can go from here." Now listening to this, we see that Yuhao also agreed, and Yuhao gets an idea to check all the girls. That's why Yuhao took out all the soul rings of his second martial soul. And seeing Yuhao's soul rings, everyone was very surprised. But now everyone was surprised that Yuhao helped Snow Queen to get all the girls' hats off, and Snow Queen was so cute that all the girls took off their hats and gave it to her. And in the same way, Snow Queen got more girls' hats off, but when Snow Queen goes to the last girl, that girl stopped Snow Queen from taking off her hat. When Snow Queen tries to take off her hat, Yuhao calls her back and tells her to come back. "You've already got a lot of girls' hats off." Listening to this, we see that Snow Queen came back to Yuhao, and she gave all the hats to Yuhao. When Yuhao saw 5 hats in his hand, no one could believe their eyes, while Yuhao's eyes were on the last girl, who stopped Snow Queen from taking off her hat. When Yuhao saw the girl's soul rings, Yuhao says that her soul rings are looking like Wang Dong, and in this way, Yuhao won the first round, and Mr. BB congratulated him and announced the second round. The name of the second round was Love at Second Sight. Mr. BB tells them about the second round, that in the second round, every girl will be given 3 paper cranes, which all the girls will have to send to their favorite boys, and to survive in this round, every boy should have at least 1 paper crane. If any boy does not get any paper crane in this round, he will be eliminated from this round. And while saying this, Mr. BB started the second round, where all the boys started sending their paper cranes to their favorite boys, and as soon as they saw, almost all the boys had paper cranes, except Zhen Shipur. Zhen Shi was hoping that Mr. Jiangming will send him a paper crane, but Mr. Jiangming ignored him again. As soon as he saw poor Zhen, she was very sad, because he did not get any paper crane, which meant that he was going to be eliminated. But Zhu sent his paper crane to Zhen Shi and saved him from being eliminated. As soon as he saw Zhu also thanked Kaito. Now why did Zhen Shi thank Kaito? You will find out in a while. Although in this round also, we see that Yuhao got the most paper cranes, because of which we see that all the boys were walking more than Yuhao, and Dai Huaping was getting the most jealous. And like last round, Yuhao also won the second round, but Wu Tang was not feeling good. Anyway, with this, the second round ends there, and now there were 24 male students left and 17 female students. Mr. BB also announced the third round, which was going to be a proposed round. The rules of this round were simple. Every boy was going to get a chance to propose his favorite girl, and if that boy somehow impressed his favorite girl, then that boy would win this round. After listening to this round, we see that all the boys were more excited, and the boys started proposing their favorite girl. Some of them were succeeding, but many of them were failing. And finally, it's the turn of Kaitao, and Kaitao was getting stronger, and slowly he was moving forward. Yuhao is also called the best of luck, and Keitao was moving forward, and moving forward, he comes to Juju. And Juju also realized this, so Juju was already blushing. Even we see that. Keitao was also very nervous, but despite that, he somehow made himself stronger and said to Juju, when I saw you for the first time, from that day I started liking you, and gradually you became the most special for me, and in the past few years, you have made a special place in my heart. After hearing all this, we see that poor Juju was feeling very shy, but while feeling shy, she looks at Wutong, and Wutong asked her to say yes, and Juju was even happier, and Keitao, while moving forward, says that I have been waiting for this day for many years. I always wanted to tell you that you are so special for me, and finally, I got the chance to tell you. But while saying this, Keitao was sweating, and Keitao was able to say, I love you. Before that, Juju proposed to Keitao, and Keitao was feeling shy, and he was so nervous that he fell into the lake, and Juju jumped into the lake, and finally they were together. After seeing them together, everyone started clapping and cheering, and they hugged each other, and Yu Hao was very happy. But Yu Hao also saw Wutong, and now Yu Hao was thinking, who is this girl? And Juju was also, listen his word, and Keitao got her love, and now it was Zhengshi's turn, and Zhengshi praised Keitao, and said that she was very lucky, and her lover proposed her, and Zhengshi was also moving forward, and all the girls made a bad face because Zhengshi's behavior was such that all the girls thought he was crazy, but Zhengshi also did not care about all the girls. He just stood there and said, I don't know how many times I have proposed you, even if you reject me every time, but as long as I have the chance to propose you, I will keep proposing you, because I have not thought about any other girl. When I saw you for the first time, I fell in love with you, and that day, I decided that if I marry someone, it will be you, although I know I have a lot of bad impressions about you, but believe me, I'm very embarrassed for that. Whatever I do it to impress you. But after listening to all this, Yu Hao says, what happened between the two? Miss Tianming rejects Zhengshi. Every time Zhengshi comes to his knees and apologizes to Miss Tianming, and he says, I know my sect does not allow me, but I am ready to reject my sect for you. I just care about you. I can leave this whole world for you. Seeing Zhengshi's way of proposing, now all the girls were impressed by him, while Zhengshi says, even if you reject me today, but I will still try to convince you, because the place in my heart for you, no one else can take, so please agree. I want to spend my whole life protecting you. I am ready to give you everything. If you want, I can sacrifice my life for you. After listening to all this, we see that Miss Tianming was also very emotional, but along with that, he remembered all the moments he spent with Zhengshi, where every time in trouble, Zhengshi risked his life to protect Miss Tianming, and while remembering all this, we see that Miss Tianming was also crying, and along with that, everyone's eyes were now on Miss Tianming. What answer Miss Tianming gives? But even after a long time, Miss Tianming does not answer. Zhengshi's tears also had tears, and while being sad, he says that I understood. This time too, your answer is no, but I will wait for you all my life. And while saying this, Zhengshi himself went into the lake, and this scene had become very emotional. Although Miss Tianming had tears in her eyes, but I don't know what was her helplessness, because of which she was not able to accept Zhengshi's love. Zhengshi was out of the lake, and while being sad, he quietly started going from there. Seeing this, Yu Hao asked him from behind, where is Wang Dong? You said that I am going to meet him here, but till now, I have not seen Wang Dong anywhere, in which Zhengshi signals there, to force him on his mind. As soon as Zhengshi says this, we see that something clicks in Yu Hao's mind, and from yesterday till now, he was thinking about everything, and while thinking about Wang Dong, Yu Hao's eyes were on the same girl who was still wearing that hat. Looking at her, Yu Hao says, this means that this is Wang Dong, but if this is Wang Dong, what is he doing on the girl's side? But while saying this, something clicks again in Yu Hao's mind, and he now remembers all the moments where sometimes Wang Dong behaved like a girl, and along with this, Yu Hao remembered the last words of Wang Dong, where Wang Dong told him, when you come back to the academy, then I will give you a big surprise. And now Yu Hao was thinking, all this, Yu Hao's also come. As soon as Yu Hao goes ahead, all the beautiful girls started telling him to come to them. Seeing this, Yu Hao bowed in front of them and apologizing to them, but I want to propose this girl. I want to propose this girl, and this was going to surprise everyone, because Yu Hao had not even seen that girl's face there. So why did Yu Hao want to propose her? But Yu Hao, ignoring all their talks, gradually started moving towards Wutong, but he could also go to Wutong before that. Dai Huabin, coming in the middle, cut Yu Hao's connection with Wutong, and Dai Huabin comes in the middle, says that, I want to propose her first, but Yu Hao gets very angry. But Mr. Bibi announces there that if a person comes in the middle of two lovers, then the first person has to fight and defeat the second person. After that, he can move forward and propose his favorite girl. Now we see that Yu Hao is also there. Dai Huabin was ready to fight, And as soon as the fight between the two starts, Dai Huabin quickly took out his White Tiger martial soul and started attacking Yu Hao. But Yu Hao dodged his attack and came back very easily. And along with that, Yu Hao also activated his soul ice. And as soon as Dai Huabin goes ahead to attack Yu Hao, with the help of Little Snow Queen, Dai Huabin was frozen in the ice. And with the help of Ice Chain, Dai Huabin was attacked. And he was defeated in only one attack, seeing which Yu Hao's friends were very happy there. And along with Miss Zizi, Mr. Bibi also told Yu Hao to move forward. But this time, Yu Hao did not move forward in a normal way. Instead, he used his ice powers and started building a bridge, which was moving forward with each step. And similarly, Wutong was also moving forward, making a bridge made of flowers, and with each step, they remembered the beautiful moments. And Yu Hao was remembering everything. And he was telling himself, how stupid I am. We lived together for so many years, but still, I did not know that you were a girl. Although you gave me a hint many times, but I was the fool, who could not understand anything. If I had been a little smarter, I don't know when I would have known about you, that you were actually a girl. And while saying this, they were standing in front of each other, where their hearts were beating very fast for each other. And then, Yu Hao says to Wutong, but now, when I know about you, my feelings have also changed, and that's why from now on, I promise you, that I will always protect you. And while saying this, Yu Hao used his ice powers and made an ice flower, and Yu Hao said to him, Wang Dong, would you like to be my life partner? After hearing this, Wutong was also getting excited, and gradually his dress was also changing, and he himself took off his bamboo hat and threw it, and as soon as Yu Hao's gaze falls on Wutong's face, Yu Hao was also completely lost in his beauty, while Wutong was smiling and accepted Yu Hao's proposal. And not only Yu Hao, but everyone standing in Poseidon Lake started admiring Wutong's beauty, because they had never seen such a beautiful girl in their life. And Wutong also took the flower from Yu Hao's hand, after which they hugged each other. And finally that happened, which we were waiting for since the last 65 episodes. With this romantic scene, our episode ends here. Friends, if you like this video, then like it. And if you are new to the channel, then subscribe. Till then, bye.